Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
It's a beautiful day in Southern California. We are in the heart of Leimert Park. The current temperature is 65 degrees, and we plan on making it even hotter. I am Mona Lishey, along with Neisha Williams and Adrianne A. Greene. We are BGP. Welcome to Big Girl Panties. Today's topic is love them or leave them. So, ladies, you know what time it is. It's time to put those big girl panties on. Ooh. So, before we get deep into the conversation, let's go back to high school. So, in high school, we all had good times and we all had bad times. We had a lot of firsts. Our first football games, our first talent shows, our first dances, and then the prom, and probably our first little puppy love and our first heartbreak where we thought we would never be able to breathe again. And we saw that we got over that. So my question for you ladies is, now that your children are in high school, this is a very pivotal situation for them to be in. Yes, we know we want them to have fun. Some probably won't go on to school after this. And it's really the time for them to start making decisions about their futures. So the question I would have for you today is, do you think it's important for us as parents to share our personal high school experiences with our children, and why?
I personally think it'd be helpful to a certain extent to share a little bit, because just to let them know that we've been where they are and we understand the raging hormones and all this stuff that's going on in the puppy love, and we get it. I think sometimes if they understand that you have experienced that, they're more apt to be open and share with you, I think. Some stuff, I don't know that they need to know it. Aw. But yeah, some
so
of it would be helpful. So you trying to say you was
a bad girl in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little rough.
I definitely think that you should be open with sharing some of your experiences in high school. Like, my daughter's not in high school yet. She's in junior high. And I've expressed to her some of the things that took place when I was in junior high. I do know that they're being exposed to things that we weren't exposed to faster because of technology and whatnot. So you kind of have no choice but to have those conversations that I probably wouldn't have wanted to share until she was 30. Now I have to share it a little bit earlier. So yes, we do. We should.
Yes, I do. I think it's very important that we share our experiences. See, sometimes we as parents, we want our children to think that we did everything right and that we're perfect. And, you know, like you said earlier, both of you, for us to be relatable to our children, for us to be transparent with our children. You know, the old folks say ain't nothing new under the sun. True. To let them know we've been there and done that, and to let them know that we can relate to what they're going through. And that's how I believe that we become our children's role models. When you say that they can come to you as a parent, no holds barred, and explain something to you. And I think we alluded to it in a previous show, without feeling ridiculed or that they're going to get into trouble. Exactly. It's a very pivotal moment for them going into the future, because what we have to understand is that they're going from a controlled house situation to a controlled school situation, and now they're getting ready to go out into a big, uncontrolled world that they know nothing about. So let's fast forward to when we all become 21. And now that ID or that driver's license says we are legal. We can do anything we want to, and we can go any place that we want to. And we think that magically maturity happens to us. We think because that age says that we are legal, that age categorizes us into adults, that we're going to know the answers. And we're here to tell you that you absolutely will not know the answers. What would you ladies say is a man's nature?
His nature. His nature? I'm thinking.
I can help you.
I don't understand the question.
A man's nature. What is a man's nature supposed to be?
A man's nature, what, hunt? Provide, protect, hunt?
There you go.
There it
Come
is.
on,
There it is. Okay. Yeah. That's
a man's nature is to provide
and protect.
He is also a hunter and a gatherer.
Yeah.
He is the one that goes out and slays all the evil dragons, whether it be economically, financially. He is the one that, when you think he's being a couch potato, he's watching the news because he's supposed to be the one that sees the danger, sees what laws, rules, regulations are in place inside of society that may be harmful to him as a man, harmful to him as his, harmful to his race, harmful to his children. So he is also a predator, because if he's a hunter, he has to be able to prey. So if he's a predator, then he has to have some game. Yeah. See, men have game, but women don't have game. There's only a handful of women that would have, look at you. You think that's a game. Okay. There's only a handful of women that would have what we would call game. So what is a woman's nature?
Society, I think it's put out there as our nature is to be nurturers, to rear our children and to raise them properly and to take care of the household. I think we're getting away from some of that slightly because so many people are looking at their careers as more of a, that's their priority now. So some of that has kind of gotten pushed back a little bit, but I think we're nurturers by nature. Okay. And we tend to care for our husbands or our mates as well as our children. I think that's in our nature to do that. It just comes naturally. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Ms. Neisha?
I agree with what Adrianne said. I mean, for the most part, definitely to nurture, to teach, to nurture and to teach our children, or the children coming up, to, assist with being productive adults, to be that supporter of, if we have a spouse, of the spouse. That's where I would go with it.
So what I heard you ladies say is that we are natural nurturers and we are natural teachers of the babies. We are not teachers of men.
No.
No,
I'm just trying to put that out there right quick. Yeah. So that all the ladies that's listening in, or all the men that are listening in, we are not teachers of men. We do not teach men. They are supposed to come already taught. So with that being said, also a woman's nature, if she is going to teach the babies, she needs knowledge, wisdom, discretion, discernment. She has to be very calculating in how she interacts with society. We also have something that's called mother wit and female intuition that we probably don't use unless we're trying to find out who's cheating, who's lying,
right?
Who's being manipulative. Then that intuition just pops up, and when he thought you didn't know where you were going, all of a sudden you know exactly where he's at. And I think it's very important for us to try to use that for good too, and that will stop us from having some of the problems that we have within our relationships. Sometimes we know when things are not going right, and we want them to go right so bad that we overlook them. So it's my opinion that there's only 3 ways that a woman can have a sense of game, Do you guys think you know any of those?
The three?
Or do you have your own interpretation?
A sense of game?
A sense of game.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about that one.
Okay, so number one, that she had a father that cared enough about her future that he put the game in her.
Okay.
Put her up on game.
Right, in regards to men, because we're talking about
Put up on
men.
game. Okay.
Yeah.
Our topic is love them or leave them.
Okay.
So, number one, her father cared enough about her that he put the game in her. Number two, she met a man that did not have a problem with exposing the man code, because men don't give up the man code. You can go to them and be crying your eyes out and he did this and it hurt me, and they're not going to say he's running game on you. So if you can find a man like that doesn't have a problem giving up the man code, you're good. Number three, surrounding yourself around women that have experience and wisdom and have had some trials and tribulations and learn from them, that have sat in their little quiet places and did self-evaluation regarding all their relationships in the past and seen where she went right, where she went wrong, what she could have done better, and what she should never do again.
Right.
I think that's how women get a sense of game.
Yeah.
So,
Good point.
you're 21 and you're out in the world and you're going to meet all types of men. You're going to meet males and you're going to meet men with their own missions and their own motives.
Right.
You're going to meet males and you're going to meet men with their own backgrounds, environments, ideologies, morals, their sense of what a man is supposed to be. So your job as a woman is to take the necessary time that you need to find out if this man is coming to protect you or to prey upon you. So I'm going to throw out some phrases for you ladies. These are going to be some little gems for you to put in your purse, because you need something more in your purse besides wipes, lipstick, lotion, keys, and side candy and all those other things. You need some tools that'll really help you navigate out in this world, because people outside of the world don't love you like your parents do or love you like your classmates do. Let's reverse before we go to the phrases. How important is it for you to try to guide your daughter in choosing associates which are young men? Do you think that's important?
Absolutely. I think it is so important. Especially if you as a mother have had some really rough experiences. I think, like you said, when you can share with your daughter some of the things that you went through, and with the hopes that it'll help her make a better decision. Hopefully, and I'm sorry, not to say hopefully, but in my case, my daughter did see me make some bad decisions. So she was able to divert way from that direction and has shared with me many times, I'm never going to be like you in that area. And it hurt the way she said it, but I know where she was coming from, because I did make some terrible decisions as far as choosing men in my life. And being able to sit down and share with her and to be transparent enough to say, baby, this is not the way you want to go. Yeah,
I think it's very important to help them choose, especially when we are the women that we are now and that we know the things that we know now, to be able to pass that on to your daughter, to a niece, to a young lady that you're mentoring, because we want them to succeed, and we want them to succeed early in life. We want them to have at least damage as possible. So what type of young men would you try to guide your daughter or young lady, niece, or little mentor towards?
I would say guys that seem responsible, seem to have, their head on their shoulders as far as knowing, kind of have an idea of what they want in life. If they come from a family that, of men who are producers, and I don't mean like just solely financially, but you can tell like they value the men in their family, because they usually talk about them when they do. If they do that, and we can have, and we'll have discussions where I'm like, tell me about your family, tell me about your parents, tell me about your father, who is he, and what does what does a good man look like to you? And if he usually puts in reference of his father or his uncles or, the male role models in his life, those are the types of guys that I would want my daughter to go towards. Mm-hmm. So
I agree too. I think that's someone who is very respectable. Mm-hmm. How's his relationship with his mother? Mm-hmm. What are his previous relationships like? It's a lot of stuff to look at, but I think those are I think that's why when we talk about dating, when your daughter is out there learning, so she identifies some of the red flags that could possibly lead to the wrong direction and be able to identify them immediately and go the other way.
I would say that to tell your daughter to lean towards the young men who are excelling in science, math, biology, chemistry. They got good computer skills. They can type good, along with their family background because we're in school. Gravitate to those young men because we tend to gravitate towards the popular men or the cute men or the athletic men or the men that can sing, and those are great careers, but we as Black people are so naturally talented and we do a lot of things just because we're Black. And sometimes that doesn't calculate out into the world. It might take those men 10, 20 years to have that career. And like Neisha said, what are your goals? There are some young men and young ladies in high school that absolutely know what they're going to do. And that's the type of men that you want your daughter to sign her yearbook, get that contact number, keep in contact with them because like I said, we're going to fast forward to 21. They're going to get legal, but life is going to hit them hard and fast. That's why I wanted to go back and bring that up. That's very important. Their friends and their alliances and their associates. So I'm going to throw out a phrase right now, and I'm starting with you, Miss Adrianne. Tell me.
Let me see those, please.
What?
The panties?
Go ahead. Throw your phrase. Don't mind me.
I'm going to start with you, Miss Adrianne. The first phrase I'm going to throw out here, you just tell me your personal definition or your interpretation of what it is. This one is what I would call the hit it and quit it, a.k.a. smash and dash, a.k.a. just like our title, love them and or leave them, or love them and leave them, or what we would call the one night stand.
What is my definition of it?
Yes, ma'am.
It would be one that maybe is purely physical. You maybe have made you've had some physical attraction towards one another, and you or he, maybe the both of you know that this is just a thing. I'm gonna just hit this real quick and we done. It's nothing, no connection. They're not calling you tomorrow, and in most cases, I think for a woman, it's hard for us to deal with that type of thing. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that it might be okay, just to get your needs met. Yeah, big girl panty time.
Notice how she was like,
That's how it's like, I'm just going on these right there.
It's just purely that. You want that you want to just
release.
You want that release and nothing else. Because you may have found his conversation to be just, but his body is banging and you seeing some stuff that might, turn you on for that moment, and that's all you want. And tomorrow you guys just maybe, hey, what's up? Yeah, remember, nothing else. That's what hit or quit it is to me. Or like, you just saw him that one time and all you think about is the sexual part of it. He hasn't stimulated your mind in any way, shape, or form, but he got that. I get asked those questions all the time, but yeah.
Miss Neisha.
So hit it and quit it for me is a situation where there's physical attraction, like you said, sexual attraction.
That's it.
There's sexual attraction and solely sexual attraction. That person can be dumb as a box of rocks. He's probably not financially stable, not mentally stable, but the one thing he does have is the good. beneath, the belt.
Yes.
Usually it can either be a one-time situation or it could turn into a friends with benefits situation where solely it's just a sexual thing and you're gone. Yeah. That's it. That's what hit it or quit it is for me.
Don't call me asking no
Don't
questions.
call me. Don't ask me who you just saw me
yeah,
with.
exactly.
Don't ask me who I'm talking to. I can't ask you who you talking to. I can't say where we going with this. Hit it, quit it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, ladies, let me say this. You are going to meet some males and some men that really... You're going to meet males that just want a moment with you. Mm-hmm. Others are going to want to experience you. Mm-hmm. You're going to meet some males that want to put you in situations.
Ships.
I.e., it's complicated.
Situationships.
I.e., let me have you do some extracurriculum activity behind somebody else's back. You need to know when you are in a monogamous relationship, and then what we in society would call the ultimate door prize of marriage. So, hit it and quit it for me is, and let's be honest here, women love sex just as much as men do.
Facts.
Amen.
So, hit it and quit it is a horny situation.
There you go.
I looked across the room. I seen baby. He was looking kind of right. Like you said, that body was banging. I fantasized in my brain that it's going down, and that's what happened. For a man, I believe a hit or a quitter is equivalent to a drive-by. He has to move in fast, shoot up the spot, and leave. And get out and hope that nobody discovers that it was him.
Right.
Yep.
Like you say, it's a one-time thing. It's not once a week, not once a month, not once a year. That is not your man. If you see me on the streets, homie, you don't know me. That's it, and that's all. As we discuss all of these different scenarios, I want you ladies and gentlemen to understand, do not add anything to it and do not take anything away. Like Neisha alluded to earlier, that's not your man.
Yep.
So, where would these situations occur? What types of environments or venues or places where you be at? Where...
Did you say Vegas?
She said venues. I was just like venues.
Oh, okay. You said Vegas. I'm like, ooh.
Where would you be where a hit it or quit it might occur?
I'm embarrassed to say. Well, I shouldn't say I'm embarrassed to say. Okay, big girl panties, big girl panties. It could happen. I know we grown, but it could very well happen in a car.
Yes,
it can. Just a little quickie. You know, you got your. You know, it can happen. It can happen in a car. It can happen in a quick little cheap sleazy motel.
Yeah.
It can happen on your front porch.
It can happen at a funeral. Anywhere. It can happen at a funeral. It can happen at a. Because your
emotions.
Our emotions are all over the place, and he want to come and console you. And one thing leads to another. It can happen at a family reunion. Yeah. It could happen at a high school reunion. Yeah. It could happen at a picnic. It could happen at freaking church. It could happen at a backyard buggy.
True that.
But where it really could happen at is where there is alcohol involved, drugs, bass, and a lot of flesh. So in the club.
Yeah, club.
You're in the club, for sure. You've been backing it up on them all night. You kind of feel it's a flashlight back there. One thing leads to another.
Next thing
you end up in the bathroom stall, in the car, in the alley, at a motel, wherever the case may be. That's where the hit it or quit it happens.
And those be some bomb moments, though. I'm just saying, don't
speak your truth.
Oh, Lord.
Speak your truth.
A hot flash.
We gotta say, you ain't get some of the
yeah, she gotta get. You need some. Speak your truth.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Would you say that this man has a certain look, or he has certain characteristic, or he has a certain mouthpiece, or certain things that he's going to say to talk you out of your panties, and you don't know anything about him?
You know what? At first, I would say yes, but I've had some not so attractive guys that caught me at the right moment, like you said, where some alcohol might have been involved, and we done hugged and you done felt something all over her.
Right.
Yeah.
That
and you
hole is
yes.
seeping out.
And next thing you know, and it's
I'm
like
about to take him down.
Right.
He can get
yes,
it.
he can get it.
On the
Exactly.
first try. That used to be my motto back in the day. He could get it on the first
Yeah,
try.
right.
Yeah.
But then there's some that they kind of fit the look that you kind of like, but their conversation is so boo-boo. It's like, oof, their conversation is just not stimulating at all, but they got the look.
Yeah.
So, the body is like, yeah, and you fall for it. They might have a little arrogance about them sometimes, even.
You don't really like him.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't even like you. I don't even like you.
I don't like you, but I like you.
Yeah.
Right.
Neisha?
What she said. I mean, it's true. That's, yeah.
I would say to each their own,
Yeah.
because some women gravitate towards looks, but men do have specific mouthpieces. They be like, "Hey, girl," some men will just be flat
Yeah,
out.
because there are some men that I've physically didn't find attractive, but when they opened up their mouth and they said certain things, I was like, huh, okay. And then the more you talk, the more I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, some men are just gonna be raw with you. They gonna be like, "I want to know what to do."
Yes.
And you gonna be the
I'll
audacity,
get it, yeah.
but then be like, "Yeah, me too."
You ain't
And
ready
there's
for
some
this.
that they gonna tell you, "Okay, I know a line. We both grown."
Yeah.
That means he wanted to hit
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
We ain't getting no
We
older.
grown. We grown.
You know you want this just as much
Yeah,
as
exactly.
I do.
Right. Heard all that.
That kind of language. You
Yeah.
know, he, like I say, to each his own about the way he looks, because some are handsome, some are not handsome. Some might just smell good tonight. You know, that swag might be like at 100, and you end up somewhere you don't have no place being.
Yep.
So, next one is the booty call. Miss Neisha, what is your definition of the booty call?
Same thing. We meet. We set up a location at a certain time of the night between the hours of 10 and 2. Definitely before the sun comes up. And we smash, and then we go our separate ways. We know that we gotta be gone before the sun comes up. That's a booty call for me.
I agree. It's one of those things where you've decided this is the time, this is the place. We hook up. It's purely for just that purpose.
And that's it.
And that's
like,
all,
I don't want to
that's
know
it.
about your day. I don't want to know how's life going. I don't care about your family.
Who you seeing.
I don't want to know
whatever.
about your mama.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Your
Just
kids.
smash, release, and I'm
be
out.
gone.
That's a booty call.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you. So it seems like that we are all old school, because I know when I grew up, a booty call was after 10.
Yeah.
And I recall a conversation. I was having a conversation, and my mother must have been ear hustling. And I said, woo, 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 woo. And, back then you could really hang up on somebody. Wow, right? Crack the phone and right. on punishment and stuff. So my mother was like, "You're never going to get a man." And I was like, "Why would you say that?" Because I think I was in my early 20s. And she was like, "You just be hanging up on people." I said, "Well, great grandmama say, ain't nothing open after 10 but antennas, legs, liquor stores, and motels."
Right.
And she went, So I think that was a teaching moment for her, and she never questioned me again. But, yeah, booty call is simply that. You might have met him somewhere. There was a physical attraction. We didn't put a label on anything. We exchanged phone numbers. He called one night and said, "It sure would be nice to have that big old booty in my bed." And hey, you was feeling horny too.
Right.
Because that's what you have to understand about a booty call. Just because he horny don't mean you are.
Right.
Just because you are doesn't mean
he
him.
is.
But a
Right.
real actual booty call is, "Hey, I don't feel good tonight. Give me a rain check." And he'll be like, "All right, take some NyQuil and some aspirins. I'll call you back."
Yeah.
So that's not your man.
No.
He does not have to feed you. So if you're hungry, I
better
advise
eat
to
before you come.
Before you get there.
Yeah.
If you are going to be dehydrated, BYOB.
Bring your water.
Bring
Right.
your water.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to be alcohol or water. He might be a gentleman and let you shower. There will be no Netflix and chilling. He does not have to entertain you.
Yep.
Right.
Like Neisha said, it is purely smashing.
Right.
He may be a gentleman and allow you to take a nap. But what I'm finding out is, when I was saying that we all seem to be old school, is that it used to be 10 to 2. Now, booty call can be any time
of the day.
Yeah,
It
that's
could
true.
be 3 in the morning. It could be 12 at noon. It could be during gridlock traffic because they can't make it home.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Gonna
it
swing
could
by.
be any time now. And so we smashed. He walks you to the door.
Mm-hmm.
He might give you a little hug, give you a light kiss. But when you get on the other side of that door,
That's it.
you're on your own.
Yep. That's it.
If you should, now he might be a gentleman and ask
walk you to the car.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. He might do that, but he might be a gentleman and ask you to call him so he knows you made it home safe. But he's not obligated to do that. It's purely sex. When you get on that other side of the door, again, I said you're on your own. If you should run out of gas, if you should get a flat tire, don't even think about calling him, because that's not his job. He's not your man. And it's just to the next episode. And like I say, it's purely your discretion. You can say yeah or nay at any time. If you see that man on the streets, you cannot say anything that is not your man. There's only a specific amount of women that can be as emotionalist as it takes to just be a booty call. Booty calls do sometimes turn into relationships. However, I wouldn't gamble it with it if that's not what you want.
True.
We're trying to give you these gems. So if you're trying to be in a certain situation with a man, you'll have this to refer back to be like, oh, I thought I was in a monogamous relationship, but no, I'm really
Just a buddy.
a booty call.
BGP said.
Yeah. So the next one is kind of tricky. Homie, lover, friend, Miss Adrianne.
Yeah. Yeah. See, those right there. Okay, so homie, lover, friend. It's like you guys are cool. Y'all laugh. You can chuckle and have a good time. Y'all may even go to the movies sometime and hang out. But either one or both don't really want a serious relationship. This is just my definition. They don't really want a serious relationship. I guess they're at that point of just really... Maybe they're out of something and you're out of something and you guys have come together and you have a wonderful time. You do. You have a great time. You respect one another. You might even catch a little feelings, but it doesn't go much further than that because, like I said, either one of the parties are not really ready to take it to the next level. So, in public, this my friend, they always introduce you, this my friend, this my home girl.
My homie.
Yeah, my homie, whatever. But never as, this is my lady, this is my girl, hold your hand and all this stuff. Then again, you have some that they still want to say homie, lover, friend, but in public, they want to act like you they girl. I've had that occur, and that can get a little confusing sometimes.
Miss Neisha?
A homie is somebody that I don't really care about. We get along. We might even hang out, but we don't really care about what's going on with each other. We just cool like that.
Yeah.
A lover is somebody that I'm just, it's a sexual thing.
This person is all in one.
That's what, yeah.
Okay.
Homie, lover, friend.
I know.
I don't have those.
I can help you out.
Go ahead, because I don't have those.
A homie is somebody that you know.
Yeah.
You do care about this person. You probably grew up with them. You probably getting your hair done, and it's a unisex salon, and they're getting their hair cut, and you guys seem to run into each other periodically, or you run around in the same circles. You might be in a ski club, and there's men and women, and you guys are familiar with each other, and you guys have had some kind of conversations with each other, and maybe even giving each other relationship advice, So he calls you and be like, let me tell you what this girl tried to do. And you try to give him some womanly advice, and you might call him and say, my dude did such and such. And you guys go back and forth and you give each other advice. And there may be some chemistry there, but nobody really wants to cross the line because the friendship is more important than this little sexual affair that we may have. You know, that to me is what a homie lover friend is. Somebody you grew up with, somebody you hang out with, you see them periodically, you're always having small talk. It might be a coworker at work, you know, and you're talking to them and
But
you
y'all
got to
doing
know
it too?
them.
But y'all having sex?
Y'all
too?
Y'all ain't did nothing yet. Listen to
not
me.
yet.
I'm saying a
Okay,
homie is a person that you're familiar with.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You said somebody you don't care about, but
I don't.
Yeah, a homie.
Not my homies. I don't.
Oh, you don't care about homies?
Not homies. Friends? Yes.
Oh, okay.
See,
Homies are, like I said, neighborhood
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
People that might be at your job that you've been on for 10 years. And you
Y'all
just,
cool.
you might call them an associate, but it's,
Yeah.
it's somebody that you had some kind of engagement with. That's what I would call a homie.
Okay.
And so, like I just said, you might go to dinner. He might invite you to lunch. He might come into your job and be like, hey, what you doing after work? Let's go see a movie or such and such is coming out. Let's go eat. Let's go have some drinks. And like I said, you're very familiar. You help each other out with relationships or child rearing. And sometimes he comes to your house. Sometimes you go to his house and you're watching a movie and then somebody leans in for the kiss and now everybody's naked.
Yeah.
That to me is a homie lover friend scenario.
Okay.
That's the homie lover friend scenario, which is very, very tricky. And sometimes it can turn into a relationship, but sometimes those relationships are disastrous because I know everything that you do to women. And as friends, we go, you're a wild boy if you did it to me, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then he knows everything that you do to men, and he be like, girl, I'll tear you up or I'll cuss you out. But now the two of you, to these two players that's been exchanging personal information that we don't really give out to, you know, our significant others, we try to get together. So it's a watchful eye, or it's denial that I'm the special person, and he got some doggish ways, and he do some messing. He's not gonna do it to me, and that's where it gets complicated.
Yes.
So I wouldn't advise you to get in those situations. Sometimes you jeopardize your real, true friendship. A homie is a person that you can call, and your tire went flat.
Yeah, come
Or,
over
you
here,
know,
look out for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, hey, we getting ready to do a photo shoot, and he be like, I got y'all, I'm coming to, you know, take you to valet. That's a homie to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, you know, I'm going to be late for work, and you pick up my daughter, and he be like, I got you. You know, he's on the list or whatever.
Right.
That's a homie to me, a person that's is of the opposite sex that wants the best for you, that thinks you deserve to have the best, and he might want to smash, but he knows that he's not that best person, so he doesn't cross that line. That's a homie to me.
Okay. That's the homie. But if he does smash, though, does that now take it, you're no longer homie lover friends? Is that
Do we sleep with our friends?
Not all of them. I mean, no, not all. No.
Ding, ding, ding. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
She said, not all
Flag on the play.
Well, I'm saying like, okay, for instance, if you have this homie lover friend situation as you described, and you do end up smashing, what happens at that point? Is it a good thing to just, what?
Like I said, sometimes the two of you discover that we've been wasting time and we should have been together all this time. Let's do it. Look at her.
Beautiful.
Hopeless romantic you.
And then sometimes it's like, ooh, we went into unknown territory and we never do it again and we continue the friendship.
Right.
However, sometimes it turns into a disaster and I did some freaky stuff with you. Oh, I can't be your friend no more.
Right.
And then, in actuality, you're not friends anymore. You've passed the line. Yeah. You're more than homie, lovers, friends. You're extra. You smashed
Did
that.
Did too much.
Is that your man?
No, I guess not.
You had to think about it?
No.
I took a deep breath on it,
No, just the way she described it sounds so beautiful. Sound like a little story, but I mean like a book. Like
you would
a love story.
Preferably want to take time enough to be a man's friend first.
Exactly.
And get to know him before, because we seem to rush in too quickly.
That's true. And see, I'm finding that being friends, because everything in my life has always been rush. And now that I have the time to just chill, kick back, I'm learning that the whole friendship thing is just definitely the best way to go first.
It matters.
Yes,
It
definitely. Yeah.
Definitely matters.
Yeah, so you're no longer friends. You're friends with benefits, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, that probably would
If
go
it happens
into
again,
Yeah.
yeah.
that equation. So, I would go to the next topic, but it seems like we've run out of time.
Oh, shucks.
So,
That was good.
we're going to have to do a part 2 to love them or leave them.
Part 2.
To our current subscribers, we say much love to you. If you are new to our channel and you would like to put some paper in the penny jar, that information for you is located inside the description box. For everybody, we would ask that you push like, hit that notification bell, leave us a comment in the comment section, give us some feedback, share this on your individual pages, and also in some relationship groups that you find yourself in. We will be back with a part 2. Until then, until the next episode, we are BGP.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
you.
And we're out.
Bye.
Bye.